Merry Christmas, everyone. It is our traditional Christmas vlog. We're at Forest Holidays. I've remembered to bring some lamps this year so you can actually see me and we're properly illuminated. And we got here last night. It was absolutely pouring with rain. It was dark. We had to go to the shops. We just wanted to eat our dinner and get settled in. So we didn't start the video last night, but we are ready to start this morning. Today is our Christmas dinner day. So we're going to be doing a full Christmas dinner. We're going to be giving you a little bit of a mini tour of the cabin. Although if you've ever seen any of these videos before, you've seen the cabin before. We've been here many, many times. But yeah, just basically take you through an enjoyable Christmassy day as we enjoy our end of year relaxation. And as you can see, part of that for Andy involves dancing to whatever game show is currently on Challenge TV. What show was that you were just watching?
That was
Tenable is what Andy was just watching. But we have a log fire burning. We're only here for 4 nights and I got all the logs they had in the shop. So we're going to be nice and warm. We've got Shortstay outside setting up Christmas lights for the little outdoor area. It's literally only now stopped raining. It's been pouring down with rain since we got here, but it's almost lunchtime on the Tuesday of our week and it's finally stopped raining. So fingers crossed we're gonna be able to get into the hot tub pretty soon as well. We only have a small fridge this time, so all beverages are having to sit out here to try and be cold. But this is what I'm planning to do for Christmas dinner. I only have a small kitchen at my disposal. So this is what we're working with as a fridge, which as you can see, is pretty chock full of stuff. The freezer is full of Andy's stuff. And then we've got these bits that we're basically doing a ready meal version of a Christmas dinner. So we've got some sliced sprouts with maple bacon and chestnuts. We've got some sage and onion stuffing. We've got some Tesco Finest pigs in blankets, 2 packs of those. We've got some goose fat Maris Piper roast potatoes. We had the choice between goose fat and beef dripping potatoes. We chose goose fat. We've got some roast parsnips with blossom honey and mustard and some tricolour carrots, and then a trio of roasting meats. We've got turkey, we've got gammon, we've got beef. Dave's very excited about all 3 of them because he knows when I'm working with, I don't even know what this is. It's like, it's 1.5 kilos of meat between 3 people. This chap knows there's going to be some leftovers, but I've got to assemble all of that in this tiny oven into a Christmas dinner, which is definitely not an easy task. So this is where Anna and Andy are positioned. If we do the little tour for you, this is the little mud room through here, where we keep the mud. There's our very expensive Christmas crackers and my dinosaur box that comes on all of our trips with us and has things like bin bags and coffee and other essentials. We're not going to go into all the bedrooms because they've all been used at this point. That's Andy's, that's Shortstay's. This is mine and Anna's. But as you can see, we're messy pups. We don't make the bed. And my underpants are down on the floor. And then we've got a little ensuite in here, complete with fugglers, as you can see. It's very steamy in there. We just had a shower. There's another bathroom there. And then, of course, I have got a couple more fugglers with me here as well. And look how dark it is. This is why I had to bring the lamps, because anywhere where we don't have those lamps, there's no ceiling lights in here. So it's obviously supposed to be lovely and cozy, which it is, but when you're trying to film, the illumination leaves a little to be desired. But this spot is beautifully lit because of my lamps. But yeah, that's the plan. I am going to take off this Christmas jumper. As cool as it is, it's very warm, especially with the fire on. So I'm going to go and get changed into a t-shirt and then figure out how I'm going to cook that meal in that oven. And then at some point, I'm also going to jump in the hot tub. I probably won't do those 2 things at the same time, but you never know. And that's part of the fun. Progress is being made. I've taken off the terrible jumper. We're working through the massive box of logs. It's also finally stopped raining, so hopefully this afternoon, once we've had some dinner, we can get in the hot tub. The Christmas lights are sparkling beautifully, and I am slowly but surely assembling a Christmas dinner in this tiny oven, in this tiny kitchen, with not very useful tools. But the meat is just about done. We've got like 3 minutes left until the meat comes out. The roast potatoes are in. Then the veg is going to go in. And then I've got the pigs in blankets and the stuffing. The Brussels I'll fry towards the end. We've got the gravy around here somewhere as well. The hardest thing is trying to keep the place from falling apart while I'm doing it. So I've got a bin bag over there with all my remnants, but Dave is very interested in that. And I do have to leave the meat out for like an hour while I cook everything else. So I'm going to wrap it very tightly in tin foil and hope it retains a little bit of residual heat. It's not like taking a big turkey out that's going to keep itself hot for ages. It's like a turkey breast. But as I say, progress is being made. We are going to have a Christmas dinner in an hour or so. Well, I think Andy wants to go in the hot tub first, so I guarantee he's going to have to go in the moment we sit down for our dinner. And almost as if I'm familiar with his work, 43 minutes before we're due to eat, me and Dave have just got to stand here next to this shut door, because the other side of the shut door, these two are now in the hot tub. Yeah, it looks warm. I'm very jealous. I would quite like to be in it, but some of us have got to cook dinner. Come along, she says. I'm halfway through cooking. So dinner is served. This is what we've got. And I don't think it's too bad in the end. So we've got our 3 different meats, some Yorkshire pudding, some stuffing, some pigs in blanket, some roast potatoes, a menagerie of vegetables. Anna's got earrings out of her Christmas cracker. And then we've got loads of leftovers and a big mess for Shortstay to tidy up afterwards. Lovely old stuff. Merry Christmas, it's time to eat. Well, it's fair to say Christmas dinner went down quite well. Plates have been cleared. And now for the best bit of Christmas dinner, we have a lovely Christmas pudding that's very, very hot and some fire extinguisher to put on it. Here we go. Love it. And that is dinner complete. Very tasty it was too. And I mean, it's like 3:45. And if we come out here, it is already pretty much dark. It's the 16th of December as we're recording this. So obviously we are pretty close to the shortest day. But I think by 4 o'clock, it's going to be full dark. We've got our lovely lights going around the edge there. So we can then spend the rest of the day sat in the hot tub, looking out at the lights and working our way through our pile of non-alcoholic beverages. One problem we've got is I bought 4 Guinness Zeros because I do enjoy a Guinness Zero. Not just because I did a brand deal with them the other week, but I enjoy them anyway. But I don't have a Guinness glass with me. I don't have a pint glass, so I can't have a Guinness. So we need to nip down to the shops in a little while because we've made a little bit of a mistake. We're out of practice with Andy's stuff. Those of you who are experts in Andy's foods will immediately know what we've done. We got his Rice Krispies in the shop yesterday, but we got multi-grain shapes rather than actual Rice Krispies, which he refuses to eat. So we need to go and get him some Rice Krispies. There's a little co-op about 5-minute drive away. So we'll nip down there and hope that this little co-op also sells pint glasses, or at least like plastic pint glasses. There's just nothing big enough to pour a Guinness into. It's a disaster. But yeah, it's been a jolly, splendid day. Dave's all over the place because before we do that, he needs to go out because I've spent all afternoon cooking. So he's not been out since first thing this morning in the rain. So he is keen to get out again. We are right near, there's a little footpath that goes across there that we can get to going out the front and going up that way. And then you've got the whole of the Sherwood Pines Park area to explore, not just here at Forest Holidays. There's a centre parks on the complex. There's a Go 8. There's a Forestry Commission thing. There's quite a lot of stuff up here. So me and Dave will go out and have another little bit of an explore. I probably won't bring you with me. You didn't come this morning because it was raining. I didn't want to ruin the camera. And you're not coming in the dark because you won't be able to see me. I mean, you know how bad it is in there when I don't have the lamp on, but I promise before the end of the trip, me and Dave will do a daytime explore and show you some of what's what. We don't really have any plans at all for tomorrow, so should be able to get that done tomorrow, hopefully. Look at the lovely lights behind me. It's so pretty. Well, as is often the way on these trips, plans have changed. We didn't go out to the shop. I think we're going to do that tomorrow now. He's stopped asking. What we have done is been out in the hot tub. We've had a nice little dip out there. We've now all had our baths and showers and got our gym jams on, thinking It's been dark for hours. It must be bedtime. I just looked at my watch. It's 9 minutes to 7. I'm making toast with the lovely loaf of bread they left us here as part of our welcome pack. I'm having some cheese toothpaste, which I don't get at home, but I really like. It's childhood deliciousness. And yeah, I guess we'll see you tomorrow, where you will see me and Dave rummaging in the woods at some point tomorrow, as long as it's not pouring with rain again. There is a weather warning for fog for tomorrow, so I don't know how far we'll get or how much we'll see, but I need to actually show you some of the forest as part of being at Forest Holidays. I shall see you in the morning. And it is the next day, and as promised, I'm out and about with this small creature. And there's a small human over there, so I'm going to need to drag Dave off to the side. He gets very excited around children. We've been coming here for years, so this isn't really an exploration, more of a little reminding you of what's here. But over here, this is where the activities take place. So you can see that's the little shooting range. There's the axe throwing there. There's a chap cutting down Christmas trees. So I guess they are going to have Christmas trees next week. We always come the last full week before Christmas, but this year that meant we're here 15th to 19th of December. So maybe the Christmas trees are going in the cabins the week that actually encompasses Christmas this time. But we usually get them, and I miss having one. And then there's also archery over there. And then this is the main car park and the main like shop and retreat, I think they call it. This is where some of the other activities happen. So they've got a cafe and a little bar, and like they do painting and pottery and quiz nights and all sorts in there. There's a little shop, a very expensive shop, and a kids play area, and somewhere for Dave to run around, which is where we're heading. We're also looking for somewhere to deposit a dog turd, but there don't seem to be many bins. So there you go. There's an example of some of the activities that they've got on in the forest retreat and around the place. They've also got somewhere to give Dave a bath after he's got himself mucky. And then we've got the bug hotel, the kids play area. That's the bar and shop. And then this is the big field we're heading for. Although it's starting to rain again, which means I might have to put you away because this camera really can't cope with the rain. But he'll have a little run around, possibly with these other dogs that are already out here. Dare we let you loose, or are you going to be a moron? I think you'll probably be a moron. Dave? You know, yeah, he's going to be a moron. He's too overstimulated. So we'll just do a lap and not let him off the lead with other dogs around that he doesn't know, because he'll end up in someone else's cabin eating their lunch. We've never been up this end before. We're heading up towards the visitor centre. There, they have an 8-mile red difficulty mountain bike trail, which I suspect me and Dave shouldn't be walking on. But over here, we've found a road, and then it looks like the big car park. I think this is the visitor centre and bike hire. And then down this way, I think is where Go Ape is. I think there's a campsite. Then a little bit further over the other side is Centre Parks. Centre Parks is like Forest Holidays, but for the people with loads of money who want to pay 3 times the price. And it's also not as dog friendly. You don't have enclosed gardens at Centre Parks, which is not ideal for this wild beast to roam free the way he likes to. So we've now made it into the middle of this area. So we've got the bike hire is there. There's bike cleaning there. That's Segway hire and Go Ape. That is the information centre. I can smell bacon cooking from somewhere. I think there's like a cafe down this way. And then there's loads of walking trails, a play area. This is really cool. We've been coming here for years. We've never made it down this far before. They've even got reindeer made out of bushes. That bacon smells awesome. I mean, I have had my breakfast, but I did only have Weetabix. Do you reckon there's somewhere to park Dave while I go and get bacon for us both? I can't take him into the bacon place because he'll eat it all. But if I can park him outside, we might be able to get some bacon. You're not having one. It's like 4 degrees. You can stand there looking at the sign all you want. Dave, you're not having one. It's too cold. We're back at the cabin. Dave is absolutely sparko. He's tired. He's too old for all this. But I've decided, while the weather's holding, to take advantage of this big gas barbecue situation. We've got some sausages and some burgers in the fridge for just this kind of occasion. And while it's daylight and not raining, which hasn't happened a lot since we've been here, we're going to have a barbecue in December in the freezing cold. Quick note to Forest Holidays, if you're looking for feedback on your barbecue welcome pack, which is one of the ones we got, yeah, it's nice to have some sausages and some burgers in it. That's cool. And they do look very, very nice. We've got some buns as well. We've got a few different sauces. I need an onion. We don't have any onions. Anna is going to complain about the lack of onions. It's starting to rain. They need a cover over this area. But tell you what, I'm feeling full caveman being out here with the sparkly Christmas lights, grilling outdoors with all this awesome view around me. There's people walking past on the footpaths down there, and you can just see their nostrils, and they're looking at, where's that delicious smell coming from? It was like me with the bacon before, but I'm having a very nice time. It's only 12:05 in the morning, and we've got burgers and hot dogs on the go. Well, the rain has stopped again, which means hot tub o'clock. I will be joining them in a minute. They decided to go in just as I made a cup of coffee, so I'm going to drink my coffee, then I'm going to jump in and join them. I'm not bringing a cup of coffee into... It specifically says, hold on, I'm going to show the boys and girls, because you know me, rule follower. It specifically says in here, for your safety, please use the plastic glasses provided when using the hot tub. My coffee is not in a plastic glass, therefore it can't go in the hot tub. Much later in the day, we've had picky bits for tea, and as you can see, it's now night time, and Anna and Andy are still in the hot tub from earlier, or maybe they're back in the hot tub. I guess we'll never know. But also out here, you can see my two best purchases that I made for the trip, these little lamps, so we can actually see out there, which we never used to be able to do. And you can also have a proper look at the lovely sprinkly lights that we've got behind Shortstay. They're very, very pretty. But yeah, they're just having second dip of the day. And then we should probably all spend the evening just flaked out on the chairs again, because our Picky Bits dinner was immense. There was a lot of it. And I am now full boy, so I need to go and have a lie down. It is now the next day. What do you think of my Snoopy Christmas t-shirt? I have something to show you. We went to an award-winning bakery yesterday, and I was very brave and went in and asked the lady for one of these.
You are such a liar.
I stood in the window of the shop, said, oh, that looks nice, and then went and hid in the car while Anna went and got me one. But it's a Rudolph, gingerbread Rudolph. And it's very nice. But as you can see, we are still here in the woods. The lights are still sparkling, and it's not raining, which is awesome. Today, very much a work day. Luckily, work is fun, so we don't need to worry too much. Well, I'm actually heading out in a minute and leaving this lot here. I've just had just done a phone interview with the Times about Lego and adults buying Lego, which is hopefully going to be an article that should appear in the next few weeks. So keep an eye out if you read the Times. And now, because we're up in the deepest, darkest north of England, I'm heading over to Sheffield, which is about an hour away from where we are, where there's 2 Lego shops that I've been meaning to go and check out and make videos from for a little while. So I've arranged to go over and do some filming in those 2 shops this afternoon. So I'm going to head over there, do that, and then I'll be back here just as it's starting to get dark this evening for a final hot tub evening session and some eating of all of our leftovers that we've had over the last few days. We've got a load of meat left over, a load of Picky Bits left over. So I think the plan is we're just going to get some chips from the on-site takeaway and then eat all our leftovers and minimise the amount of stuff we have to put in the car for the drive home, because there will be no room for stuff like that in the car for the drive home. But I need to go and jump in the car and go to Sheffield. So I'll see you the other side of that. If you want to see what I get up to in Sheffield, check out our Lego channel, Block Party, where those videos will either be out or will be out very soon of me in this t-shirt gallivanting around a city I've never been to before. Well, about 4 hours later, I've made it back to the cabin. Andy has discovered Dave's crab toy that we bought him the other day and has realised that has a squeaker in it. And he was starting to do this as I left, so I can only assume he's been doing this all afternoon. I've made it into the cabin, and the first thing I've done is light another fire because I've got all this wood to get through this evening. I do love burning, so yeah, we're doing a fire, and then I'll be jumping in the hot tub, which you can't see from this window at all. I don't know why I feel the need to come and show you it. You've seen it many times, but that hot tub will be getting used once more this evening. It's not even 5 o'clock and it's pitch black. It's so silly, but our dinner plan, we have all the leftover bits and bobs from the last few days. We've got some leftover turkey, some leftover beef, some leftover gammon, an entire pork pie, some sausage rolls, and a few picky bits and some cheese and some crackers. We're just going to order some chips from the retreat and have chips and leftovers. The one thing we're lacking is pickled onions, which I am very upset about. But we're going to have to survive without pickled onions, and it's going to have to be fine. Well, boys and girls, it is 7 p.m. exactly on our final day, which, as you know, means it's basically bedtime. We've been in the hot tub already. We've had our dinner. We've been in the hot tub. Andy's now having his bath. And then we'll just settle down for, I think, one more dose of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We've watched so much Who Wants to Be a Millionaire this week. And I'm going to do a little bit of editing and get caught up on some bits and bobs that I've not been doing while we've been away. And then we pack up and go home in the morning. I've still got like 8 logs left. So as you can see, I'm dressed for logging. I am burning every single one of them before we go to bed tonight. So I need to stay cool so I don't overheat. We've got the big window wide open. We've got the shorts on. We're going to be burning logs. And I guess I'll see you again very, very soon for our next adventures. There might be some videos over the Christmas period. I'm not entirely sure. You're probably more likely to see them over on the Lego channel because I am led to believe Christmas is going to be very Lego themed this year by Anna. So if you want a Christmas Day video, it might well be over on the Lego channel. Although I guess if we do one with Andy, that might appear here. We'll have to see, I guess. And then the next travel we've got coming up, we're going on a cruise in February, but it's a different cruise to the one we've been on before. We're doing a 7-night cruise. We're going to Germany for the first time. We're going to Belgium and we're going to the Netherlands again, but this time rather than Amsterdam, it's Rotterdam. So it'll be a different cruise and a bigger ship, a bigger, newer ship. So cruise vlogs incoming. We'll probably do those daily when we do that as well, because there's a lot going to be going on, or at least 3 or 4 videos, maybe one from each country and one from the ship. But let us know in the comments how you'd like to see those. But for now, hope you all have a lovely Christmas. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for whatever shenanigans we get up to next. 2026 is going to be big. We've got the big cruise. We've got the trip to America for the first time coming up as well. We're off to Florida. We're potentially doing 2 trips to America. There might be a Chicago trip as well, plus other stuff. So there's going to be lots of travel content coming up over the next year. Hopefully, you'll have a lovely time watching it. Toodle pip.